Good morning, church family. This is Pastor Dale. It's good to be with you this morning on this Wednesday morning. I'm going to read a little bit out of Exodus this morning, chapter 7, verse 2 through 7. And I'm going to talk about retirement and aging a little bit, not a lot, and a little bit about God's plan for our life, I hope. So let's look at God's word. This is in Exodus 7, verse 2. And the Lord is speaking, God is speaking to Moses here. You shall speak all that I command you, and Aaron your brother shall tell Pharaoh to send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh will not heed you, so that I may lay my hand on Egypt and bring my armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I stretch out my hand on Egypt and bring out the children of Israel from among them. Then Moses and Aaron did so, just as the Lord commanded them, so they did. And in this verse 7, and Moses was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spoke to Pharaoh. So we know that Moses was called to ministry to come deliver the people of Israel out of Egypt just shortly before that. Maybe he was 79, possibly 78, but really most likely he was probably 80 or very close to it at the time. And I think about that because I'm kind of in this thinking about being retired. I'm semi-retired. I've made a promise to my church family and my pastor that I'm not going to just walk away from Serenity until such time as we do have someone to fill that spot. But Valerie and I are also moving on in another ministry that we're doing, which we're really excited about, called Came to Believe Recovery. And we're traveling through the western United States teaching the 12 steps the way the founders taught them at the Salvation Army rehabs in the western United States. And it's really exciting. One of the things that always was a huge inspiration to me in that great cloud of witnesses that is still part of us, but with the Lord, is that I witnessed people in their elderly years serving God and serving God well. People like Doug French and Al McCoy and Ron Libby and Doris Libby and their wives too, Doug and Yvonne and Al and his wife, serving God. And I tell you, those guys meant so much to me when I was a new Christian. I hung out around them and I learned so much about God's Word. But I also learned that there was still plenty to do, even though we may move into a place of retirement. There's always ministry that can be done everywhere we are and everywhere we go. So we stumbled into this Came to Believe thing, and Val and I had actually been praying that God would give us a ministry to do in our retirement that would fit with the kind of things that we want to do in our retirement, and actually praying. And I was loving Came to Believe Recovery and really enjoying it, but I didn't know how Val would think about it or where we'd go. And she started coming to the retreats and helping at the retreats and for our local retreats. And then she went to a couple for Salvation Army. And I was so blessed that on the way home from one of those retreats coming from Southern California, she said, I just love doing this. And I knew that that was what God has called us to do in our retirement, to serve Him, help others to get sober, and to spread the word of the original AA program. And it's been such a blessing to see that in our lives and to be able to move forward in this ministry. We, of course, are never leaving the Oroville Church of the Nazarene. No reason why we would. And we'll still serve here. And we're still continuing to serve here. There's no question about that. But as time goes on, there will be a replacement for me at this position of a recovery leader at OroNaz, and I pray for that person. And if you would, you pray that God would bring him to us also. We're looking forward to this new ministry we're in. We've been doing it a few years, but now we're really getting fully involved, and it's just an exciting thing that we were definitely inspired by the people that came before us to seek out something to do and to be in ministry in our retired years, and we're just really looking forward to it. God's work goes on. God's work just goes on, and we can minister no matter where we are. We just ask God to show us the opportunity to share about Him, and keep our eyes open, keep our hearts open, and watch for those opportunities to share the love of Christ and what He's done for you with others. I think that's just a great way for a Christian to live, whether we're in full-time ministry or we're just serving a little bit in our church, or we're just out on the road and we bump into someone with hurts and troubles, and we have the best news in the world to share with anybody anywhere. So I hope that helps for this week, a little thing to think about as we how we live our lives. And I hope that we have a blessed Sunday. We won't be here this Sunday and the next. We're going to Arizona for a retreat, and we're going to get to meet our brand new granddaughter, which we haven't met yet. Can't wait to hold little Naeli in my arms. You all have a blessed day, and we'll see you when we get back. Thank you.